This is the same Daemon Legion army meeting the Sylvan Elf army. Due to falling to the bottom of the tournament, both armies. Despite very hard prepping 1 week ago, we're releasing the private video with the bone-hard strategies from both armies right now. The Legion demons dropped everything except their scouts. I think it's battle report 177 or 176, which was the prepping game for this. The Sylvan Elves deployed afterwards. And here come the scouts, the Succubi and the Imps. And the Maw of Akaan. The Daemon Legions start charging right away. With Brazen beasts and Succubi. The Forest Rangers were slaughtered. Only 4 were left after their charge by the Brazen beasts and the Succubi. They pursued into the Wild Huntsman and past the Sylvan Elf line. The archers shoot down a Bloat Fly. The Sylvan army retreats backwards in their first turn. And the Wild Huntsmen with paired weapons kill 1 Brazen beast before being slaughtered themselves. The Avatar flops on his attacks but stands on a stubborn test against the Brazen beasts. New charges from the Vampire Legion. Let's make way for aggressive movement. These are the spells which the Sylvan Elf player has. 2 failed charges. The archers were forced off the table. And this archer unit managed a panic test. The Sylvan Elves have become very defensive here. The Daemon Legions advance. Dangerously close now. They are encircling the Sylvan Elves, and they already killed 1 scoring unit, trying to capture the flags of the scoring unit. We're now at turn 2. The Avatar of Nature sustains 3 wounds because of spectral blades and the stars align on the Brazen beasts. He's in a hard spot now. But he's holding up the battle line for the Sylvan Elves. The Tremann dies to the combination of spectral blades and the stars align. On this side, the Kestrels kill 1 clawed fiend and wound another with 2 wounds, but lose 3 wounds themselves, charging in the rear. The claw fiends manage a double 1 on their leadership test. The champion of the Thicket Beasts takes the beating with 2 wounds against the Scourge of Vanadra, who everybody has heard of. And the Clawed Fiends lose another combat, but the Kestrel only has 1 wound left, and they stand. Turn 3, Sylvan Elves. Bottom of turn 3 for the Sylvan Elves. The champion gets 1 wound left, 1 wound back from Fountain of Youth, and loses it again in the challenge. But the Scourge is not very effective here. The Fly loses a couple of wounds and a Fly is gone. Otherwise not a very effective phase for the Sylvan Elves. But they're still bunkered up in the corner. The last Kestrel falls. Now charges in turn 4 for the Daemon Legions. The Maw of Akaan makes an over-average charge and takes the archers in the flank. Not any other charges except a failed charge, a long one by the Brazen beasts against these Wild Riders. The Maw of Akaan gets the archers to flee by killing 3 and overruns into the Dryads. If anybody remembers the battle report 3 battles back, he was killed by the Dryads. He tried to restrain himself but couldn't help running into them.
So tasty.
Too tasty. Death in either direction is too tasty for a demon. These Wild Huntsmen charge the Brazen Beast after their failed charge. Turn 4 for Sylvan. The Maw of Akaan almost dies against the Dryads again, losing 6 wounds. But now, in turn 5 of the Daemon Legions, the Fiend Claws charge the Dryads. This hero charges the Dryads, that's the general. And no, that's the bronze statue charges the Dryads. The hero charges the Wild Huntsman, as do the Succubi. After the Wild Huntsmen almost wipe out the unit of Brazen Beasts. There's one last wound left there. The champion of the Thicket Beast dies again after being raised by Fountain of Youth. The Dryads kill the Maw of Akaan again, even though he got help from the bronze statue, Blazing Glory, and the Clawed Fiend. One Clawed Fiend died. The Thicket Beasts stand on stubborn in the forest. The Wild Huntsmen survive and kill off the last Brazen Beast. But the Sylvan Elves are still very tightly packed together. They're turn 5 now. Now we're going into the 6th round for Daemon Legions. They're being chaffed to Succubi by the Eagles. The Succubi are charging the Eagle, who stands, while the Scourge finally broke the Thicket Beasts by failing their stubborn test. The Scourge charges the Dryads, who killed the last Clawed Fiend and the Maw of Akaan. The Wild Huntsman and the Succubi stand with the hero in the Daemon Legion still. A draw last battle. Daemon Legions play their last cards, killing the eagle. One eagle is left there chaffing. The Dryads stand on steadfast, and in Sylvan Elves' last turn, they will be charging with their forest guards into the Scourge. It has lost 4 wounds, so we'll see how this plays out. The Dryads cannot stand on their own anymore.
Plan for this last game, as we're almost at the bottom table.
Yep.
It was all in from the start, and as much combat as possible. Not so much smart strategic things. Just charge.
But the Daemon Legion didn't manage double sixes and so on with the charges this time, so something was missing.
Yes, but I don't know what the points are, but it was fairly even this time too.
Yeah.
So I almost, without counting, I think it's a draw this time too.
The Sylvan Elves have many more scoring units, so we'll have to count it.
You have killed one Succubi, the Brazen Beast, and the Fiends, free scoring. I have killed the
Two archers,
Thicket Beast and 2 archers, so we draw the objective too.
Yep, typical. The Scourge died when the Forest Guards charged it. and the Brazen glory held when doing a discipline check. So that's the end of the battle. The score will be here in a moment from the most intense battle of the tournament at the bottom table. Of all these warring gamers, likely with an average intelligence around 120, it took us on the loser table to figure out for the first time in the history of wargaming to open a door to get oxygen in, and everything turned up from then. The last game ended with 500 victory points more for the Daemon Legions and a draw on the objective, so a 12-8 to Daemon Legions. A glorious victory. To end it with a tied bow.